Do you know? I've never told anyone this.
Oh, here we go, okay.
This is the champagne that I'm drinking. To you.
To me.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Love What Left. I am so excited this week, you would not believe. I finally got a guest on with me. It's been me by myself for ages, it feels. I finally got a guest on, and it is none other than Lucy Mary, my home girl.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Anyone that recognises the podcast will know that Sophie and Lucy together went viral last time they were on. And Sophie's story had 2.1 million views.
It's PTSD, everybody listened. So, update on Sophie, she is still a badass. And yes, he did come back, as they always do.
They always do.
Much to my dismay.
He tried to come back.
But let me tell you, it wasn't without my authorization. She didn't make any moves without my authorizations, just so that he knows.
I mean, it wasn't successful either, was it?
No, it was not successful. It was a waste of time the second time round as much as the first.
Somebody does you that dirty the first time, there's no need to go back, you know, in my opinion. And what about you? Are you seeing anyone?
I'm not. No, I'm still at peace. I am still at peace.
Have you been disturbed? Have people been trying to disturb
Yeah,
you?
many people have tried to disturb, but...
The thing that's funny with Lucy is some weeks she'll message me like, oh my god, I matched with this guy on Tinder, and she like not big him up, but like you'll be so excited and he's done this. And like the other day a guy slid into your Tinder DM saying...
Cheap thrills. The cheap thrills.
Same finesse and the time.
Literally, Drake finesse 0.20 seconds. I was like, oh, okay. Got it up, listened to it. It was, I want my baby to have your eyes. I was like, the cheap thrills on this music plus the compliment. But it got about 4 messages in, and that's all I wanted to do was spoon.
She'll message me and I'm like, yes, oh my god. And then next time I say, I'm like, what happened with that guy? And she's like, no, I didn't message him back. It's been like,
I said to you though, I've got Tinder, I've got 180, it's more than that, I've got 180 Instagram follow requests just from guys from Tinder, and I just can't be bothered.
I mean, I should do that as get a podcast out.
You should.
Just put myself on Tinder and be like, come follow me on Instagram.
Please.
If you want to see more, and then never reply them, just hound them with Love What Left content about them and the messages he sent me. I'll speak to Matt about it.
Yeah, we'll have a word with Matt.
So when Lucy told me she's in Gatwick when we were arranging meetups and stuff, we were like, I said obviously we need to do a podcast episode. And then I was like, what can we do one on? And then you messaged and you were like, we need to do an episode on how to get over a breakup. And I was like, yes, perfect. And do you know what? We've all gone through breakups, all gone through shitty ones, situationships even. Like, they don't even have to be relationships.
I've said many times, I've said situationships are worse than relationship breakups. They really are.
Yeah, they are. Because I think sometimes they just end with no clarity, no understanding. Sometimes.
No closure either.
No, I saw this thing, this is unrelated, but I saw this thing on TikTok the other day saying one day your parents just put you down and never picked you back up. Like as a baby.
There's many moments like that in life.
And I was like, that's what like a breakup situationship is. Like you say bye to somebody and then that's the last time you see them. It's so weird, isn't it?
Life.
It's probably going to get real deep here. If you're expecting an episode where we're telling you to go and key somebody's car, it's not going to be it. We're probably going to get deep. Manifestation, the moon,
the universe. Wishes.
Okay, so my first tip on how to get over a breakup is delete old messages. For me, I've gone through breakups and I've sat there, so it's like actually low-key embarrassing for me to admit, but I've sat there and I've read old messages.
Oh, we've all done it though.
Okay, like, I feel like guys probably don't do that, but...
you never know.
You never know, but I've gone through old messages, and the thing is, you read them back, and depending on the messages, they're either going to make you really angry, because you're going to relive like an argument, but I think 9 times out of 10 in my case, they just made me sad, because you look back, and it's like you look at reading them with rose-tinted glasses, I don't know, you're reading saying that you love each other, and you know.
But I bet, you know, if you went back and read them now, would you, like, you kind of, I don't know, analyse more and assess it, would you, like, I've done it, I still think deep in the dark archives, I've got I've got the screenshots and I think, oh my God, give me one more chance and this would have been handled so much differently. Like, half the time I wouldn't have sent the paragraph and I wouldn't have, you know, like I wouldn't have said some things, but maybe I would have been a bit meaner.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to one of the girls before when she asked me, should I message a guy and give him a piece of my mind? I don't know if you remember. And I was like, and I said no, because it's not going to bring you anything to make you feel better. And then when all those feelings go, you look back and you're like, oh yeah,
glad I didn't. Yeah.
Right.
So on the deleting thing, like I know like people might think, oh, it's petty to remove a follower or block and this and whatever. You do what you gotta do. Remove, block, delete the number, delete the messages, because there's no need. There's no need.
Exactly.
It's still a tie. It's still a tie.
Yeah.
It's not showing that you care too much. It's really not. Like, there's so many rules of things of what you should, what you shouldn't do. Do what's best for you. If you can't, like, I've kept people on my social media just out of the, oh, I don't want them to think I'm bothered, I'm removing, I'm blocking. Like, I'm not looking at your stories, I'm not interacting with your posts. I really, like, I mute you. I couldn't care what is going on in your life. Like, that's for my personal journey of healing and growth. Like, I really, like, I don't care. So I'm at the stage where I'm like, no, I will block and I will unfollow, and unfortunately in cases I'll refollow and then I'll unfollow again. Depends what time of the year it is or what month it is, but you know, where the moon is.
Exactly, but that's the thing, they're always going to be there on Instagram again. It's not like you delete them and you can never get them back. Like, just do it. I'm a preacher for that. And if you have a nice breakup or like a nicer ending or just an honest one, lots of times you say that and be like, I've had messages again before being like, look, I can't look at your stuff, or I've said as well, I can't look at your stuff, I'm just going to unfollow.
But that's the grown-up way to do it. It's just be like, look, it's nothing personal, this is my journey, this is my healing, I can't physically look at your stuff. Oh
my God, when I had my bad angry breakup, that I blocked him whilst I was still with him on holidays. I blocked his number and everything whilst we were on holidays together, and then he was like, have you blocked me? Like, I can't like get hold of it. I was like, yes, I have. I was like, I'll unblock your number just whilst we're on this trip.
Oh my God, no, but I've gone to the extent of blocking, removing, deleting the number. Like, I did at this point have screenshots of the breakup texts, but kept them just for fuel of the fire, just to
remind yourself,
just to remind you why we're in this process. Like, did everything possible, deleted the number, but I did write the number down on a piece of paper and just buried it somewhere in the house, just so that if there was ever a dick emergency, I had the number written down.
But very serious dick emergency. If there's a dick drought, then you have to.
It was. But no, that was a massive moment for me when there came a day, and no, I cannot. This is honest now. There came a day, I ripped it up. We put it in the bin. It was like, no, it was done. Good. So then I think like the weekend or two after, I was drunk and I was like, no, why? And like I deleted the number.
In that moment that you saved yourself, because otherwise you would have drunk text him.
That was sober me looking out for drunk me.
You know? I've before deleted number, I had a screenshot of the last message we sent each other, and because I deleted his number at the time of sending the text, I saw the number on top and I memorised his number. Like,
oh my God, that's
I still know it. How sick is that? I can still reel off this phone number that I've got no intention of ever ringing, because I knew it from, like, this is why I say that's my first tip, delete the message, because I used to look over it, and then I delete his number, and then I get drunk and I text him, and actually, no one of those automated messages that comes through and says like, so-and-so changed their number, he's changed his number, and I had the message, and I was going to message him being like, end of an era, I guess.
What was I going to say? Please send me the new number so I can memorise it.
He sent it, that's the thing. You must do a thing like where you send to all your contacts or something. I don't know how it works, but I was gonna message him just a joke, and I thought, no, obviously I'm not gonna do that. But I was like, end of an year, I can erase the number.
I've got the capacity to learn my own number. Like, drunk me could never. Like, I need it written down. Like, how?
I think I've got a good photographic memory though, so I memorise number plates as well.
It is a good thing that I can't do photo memory, because drunk me is on a whole other agenda. Okay, my other piece of advice would be, go and be feral. Don't care what people think. Go and be feral. Send the rat emoji in the group chat, crack the drinks, get the tunes on, go and deal with your demons. I'm sorry. Like, instead of getting under to get over, go and be feral. Like, just go and enjoy yourself. Go in your little bubble and have a nice time, because
you've got to feel every stage and be kind to yourself and just allow yourself to do it.
Yeah, and there are those feelings of feral that you need to feel, you know?
Yeah. I think I've said this story before, when my friend had a birthday party in the house and it was like so low key. It was actually just like a board game party, and I just broke up with somebody and I got absolutely smashed and called him and just abused him basically all night. And do I regret it now? Do you know? Not really.
No.
I mean, maybe a little bit, but not really. I just needed to get out of my system at that time. It didn't make me feel that much better. I wouldn't advise it, but that's what I wanted to do at the time, and
you gotta feel what you've gotta feel. You gotta ride it out. It's a way. It's, you know, a breakup is a roller coaster. But go and be feral. Don't let the haters stop you.
Oh, another thing you should never do, if there's a new girl involved or a new person, do not look at them.
No. Oh God, no.
This is a term in therapy. They say compare and despair, because you always compare and then think the worst. Like, you never, and even if you compare and say, oh, well, I'm better than her, then that's a very low vibe to be on as well. And that'll make you feel shit about yourself, because then you're not being nice about somebody else, and then either way you're gonna feel shit about yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Like, we've all been in that scenario multiple times where it's like, this is the new girl, do you want to see pictures? You know someone who's following them, do you want to see this? Do you want to know what she does? Do you know what? Not today. Say to yourself, not today. You don't need the mental torture. What's the point? It's not going to change anything.
There's no point.
It's not going to change, you know. Previously, 100%, I would be like, yes, what'd she do? Where'd she live? Like, has she got a brother? You know, like,
what to go with?
I'll see you at Christmas.
No. Oh my God, breakup tip number 4. Get with the new girl's family members.
So you can be there for Christmas. No, we're not advising that yet. But, like, no, we've all been there. You know, it's human to think, yeah, you know, why not me, why her? And like you said, the compare and despair, like, it's mental torture. Don't do it to yourself. It's not going to change anything. It's not going to achieve anything. Like,
preach.
It's another tie. It's another connection that you don't need.
Now, a weird one with breakups is rebounds, and I think short term they're good, because obviously it just does make you feel better to break up with someone and kiss someone or go out with somebody, but lest we forget that you attract what you feel, and if you're feeling shit, you're going to attract shit,
basically.
And I've mentioned my rebound story before, I won't go into it again, but my rebound relationship after my breakup was the worst relationship I have ever been in, and I only put up with a quarter of the shit because I was feeling shit.
No, I feel like I did have a lovely rebound though after my last serious breakup, and like, not a situation breakup, like after my last serious breakup. He finally pulled me out of the darkness, the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you girls were there doing the graft, but he was also a contributor, and even to this day I've still got a lot of time for him. So not all rebounds are bad. Little blessings sent in disguise, and I feel like he was that. And like you said, I've still to this day got a lot of time for him.
Okay, yeah, well, rebounds, I wouldn't really advise against them, because they can be quite good. Mine was just such a bad experience, but
I don't think you should be rebounding until you are in a decent mental place. No, like, if you're still in the pits, don't do it.
The first time I slept with the rebound guy, he fell asleep in my arms and I text my ex.
Oh my God.
So that's just all the proof that I need, really, that I wasn't ready for a rebound. quite clearly.
Clearly
Clearly.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, do some soul searching, do a little bit of healing.
Yeah, that is another tip I would say, is like spend some time on yourself.
100%, 100%.
And yeah, you've got a feeling, you've got to go out and get drunk with the girls, like absolutely, that's an important part.
It's a necessity.
But also the important part is like journaling your thoughts, you know,
oh my God,
making lists under the new moon.
Yes, manifestations, lists. I do highly recommend a strong playlist. You belt it out.
Oh my God.
Belt it out. Even to this day, I still listen to my breakup playlist. If I'm on a hangover, I need to feel some feels, I'll put on my breakup playlist. Biddy has a Lucy's breakup playlist.
I know, I've got it. And
yeah, we all share this Biddy Spotify basically.
Yeah. It is so important. That's actually like a massive tip. Make a good playlist. Although, do you know what? I always used to do the opposite, and I used to make really sad ones. My breakup playlist is like sadness and torture, and I used to listen to it. But you need that sometimes as well, because sometimes you just need to feel your feels and go through it.
It's a roller coaster. It's a badass, but it's also, I want to just sit in a dark room and listen to Pit of Despair music.
I would sit down, shower, lie in darkness for 3 hours. That's okay. Songs are just so powerful, because songs remind you of people. And I've had 2 instances. One where a song came on when I was out drunk, not over an ex.
Oh.
It's all the same ex. I don't even know why I'm trying to make out like it's multiple, it's all the same person. And it reminded me of him, and then I called him drunk, crying. It's so embarrassing because a song came on that reminded me of him. And I've also had a night out before where I was dancing. It was again very soon after the breakup, but I was in Ireland. I was living my life, dancing, life and soul. Next song came on was Ed Sheeran's Shape of You, which isn't even a sad song, but reminded me of my ex. I sat down in the bar like this with my head in my hands, like so sad.
Ed Sheeran, The Shape of You was tragic.
And then the next song came on, I was like, I came back at my friend Sophia's video and he's zooming in like, oh my God, like you tragic bitch. I was like, it just makes me sad.
But do you know, I tell you, like, listen to the advice that we're giving you, because there'll come a point in time, for example, from this last serious relationship breakup, there was about 2 or 3 songs I could not listen to, and only until recent I couldn't listen to without sobbing.
Really?
And now I listen and I sing along and I love it. And they're not even really, like, the one is not even a sad song. I think it's Pop Smoke. Is it Pop Smoke? Yeah. Like, it's not even a sad song. But I could not listen to it without sobbing, and now I am like, yeah, put it on, volume 10, Alexa, let's go.
Everything gets better. My ex said before that he couldn't listen to Journey, I could go after me. I hope now that he can. But it comes to time, I could listen to Ed Sheeran's Shape of You all night long and it would not even affect my mood one single bit now. So yeah, if you listen to this and you're going through a breakup, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Like, some of those tragic stories I've whacked out, I didn't even recognise myself in some of them.
No.
You know, like, now when I picture myself like sitting at the bar, like drunk, crying, so I heard a song on a pub, I'm like, oh, cringe, like why? Also, I broke up with him, so how crazy does that make me? It's not even like
the growth though. I love the growth. It's when I came here and I was like gossiping with me, I was like literally reading off stuff to you, and just like, this is real growth for me. And I'm like, yes, it is.
And I was like, wow, you've come a long way. But the last episode I said that about you as well.
Yeah.
I was like, you are
growing and glowing, baby.
Growing and glowing. And that's why you are single, because you're not just going.
I'm not settling.
Yeah. You're not going with somebody that you know isn't your worth.
I'm not settling for a hee-hee.
Oh my God, yes. I learned the best thing earlier. So Sophie actually was on the phone to us and she said this woman in work told her like the best thing. So basically, in life, there are 2 types of girls. A hee-hee girl and a ha-ha girl. And the hee-hee girl is very nice to look at, she's nice to be around. If you say a joke, she'll giggle and like,
see, my definition of the hee-hee girl is basically your bog standard, fucking basic, boring girlfriend box.
Yeah, like the simple girl that like won't speak up on something, will always like be well behaved and is nice, That is a little bit,
just
you
not
know,
us,
a bit boring. And then the ha-ha girl is somebody that like doesn't care so much what they look like, can have a proper laugh, you can take her out with all your friends, your family, and they can get involved, they'll dance on the tables, places, and they just fun, and that's a ha-ha girl.
Yeah.
And the perfect girl is the mixture of both. It looks like a hee-hee girl, but it's the ha-ha girl done.
Yeah, we love a girl that can pass as a hee-hee girl.
Hee-hee to start, to lure them in, and then it's too late. It's like Matt says to me, why are you weird for? I never knew you were this weird on the first date. I'm like, obviously, that's purposely you didn't know I was this weird.
I love that though, like lure them in and then whoa, this big weirdo is unleashed.
When it's too late for them to do anything when they're in love for them. No, but like being a ha-ha girl and being your own person and speaking up and having a laugh and not caring so much about like what
you're staying true to yourself.
You're staying true to yourself, and people are always more attracted to that.
Yeah, and do you know that was Sophie's top advice? When we asked Sophie what her top advice was for how to deal with breakup, stay true to yourself.
Yeah.
Stay true to yourself, and it's right. I'm Sophie's project. She is the best advice giver. Well, and yourself. It's like the breakup hotline.
There's no point after a breakup going over and thinking what you could have done to save that relationship, because if you were yourself, that's all you can be, and then breaking up with you just simply means that he's not the one.
Yeah,
they're not the one for you, you're not the one for them, and that's fine.
And what I always like, do you know, I've given this advice recently as well, and I'm like, you can tell me to shut up, you can tell me to F off, wherever, I know you do not want to hear this right now, but everything for a reason. This is happening all for a reason. You are clearly being redirected to what's meant for you. This is not meant for you, so let's not feel what you need to feel, but let's not dwell on it, because what's to come is probably going to be 10 times better. Like,
there's so many stories of that.
Oh my god,
I know people, like a girl that's been cheated on and she's felt like it was the end of her world, and then like a few years later has met like the absolute love of her life and has had kids, and it's like, oh my god, it's like going through that, I was seeing crazy, but thank god it happened, otherwise I would never have met my husband.
Yeah, like I've had this a lot, like a little reality check from the universe and things. Like I can remember in like my last relationship being told, I can remember I interviewed for a different cabin crew job and whatever, and it was when Eva was like younger, and I got so far in it, but I didn't get any further. It was what it was, and I can remember relaying that story and talking it through and kind of being told, well, you couldn't do that anyway now because of Eva. And then and I'm like, look at me now, look at me now, bitch.
Oh, does that feel good?
It feels so goddamn good. And I just think, like, I can remember Christmas time, like just before Christmas gone, I was so stressed. I didn't know whether this opportunity would be there to even be flying out of Cardiff, and being so stressed and down about it and things and whatever. And I think, again, everything for a reason. I'm flying out of Gatwick now, not in my wildest dreams. Couldn't imagine myself living the life doing it out of Cardiff, and here I am months later flying out of Gatwick.
Making it work.
Holding down my shit.
Making plans with me, which is, I literally said to her, I was like, I am so happy you've got like a little London life now, because now we can be together though. The last thing I'm going to say on the breakup thing is, this is like an actual tip from a therapist, which doesn't relate to breakups, but I think it can relate to anything, is whatever you're thinking, 9 times out of 10 it's not true. And I've learned like over the years that if you think something like, he doesn't love me, or he doesn't want to be with me because I get drunk every night, not every night, every weekend, or because I see my friends too much, because I didn't give him time, wherever. You make the assumptions in your head, and then you'll try and find proof to support that. Or it'll be like, for example, you'll be like, he's with her now because he didn't fancy me enough. And
you bury yourself in the pit. It just spirals out of control as well. You just add to it.
And you're like, oh yes, that's true, because one time he told me that my hair looked a mess. Or one time he said to me, I think you see your friends loads, like, and you look for it, but 9 times out of 10 it's not true. And the only reason, if you've been broken up with, the only reason really that they've broken up with you is just because you're not meant to be together.
And can I just say, if one guy ever says to you, spend too much time with your friends, literally spin round and say, I don't have to beg them for the fucking bare minimum, mate.
Yes.
So
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's my parting words. Just remember that it's not you, and it's they
them.
can make a million. Yeah, it's them. And they
It's
can
not
make
you, it's me. It's not me, it's you.
Yeah, literally.
Basically.
They can make, and I know this from when I've spoken up with somebody, and you'll know. You've just said you didn't message a guy because he asked him to spoon, but if that was a particular kind of guy, you would have messaged him back. There's just something there that is not right. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you're just not right together, and you will get over it. Okay, I feel like you've actually got off quite easy this episode. I've said actually some embarrassing stories I didn't think I would. So I need to know from you, what is the craziest thing you've done after a breakup?
The craziest, well, I'm probably one of the most funnest things I've done, and you were actually there involved, my disciple of darkness. As well. Do you not remember 2 years ago, bonfire night, and we had a fire in Sophie's garden? And we summoned the demons. We put some hexes out into the world. So yeah, I went through like my really bad breakup, and a few screws lit through. I feel like it was a few screws loose at this point, but it was bonfire night. We were gonna have some fun. So basically, we had a giant fire in a trash can in Sophie's garden, and we just burned. We burned his stuff. We had a pair of boxers. We burned. I smashed a mug that I had bought him in there. What else did we burn?
Oh no, the best thing was, I remember.
Oh my God.
His protein powder.
We stole some of his protein powder.
Sorry, we didn't. Lucy brought protein powder down in a Tupperware box, and we scattered it over the burning like ashes. With the chant, here's to those that wish us well, and those who don't can go to hell. We were that was a wild time. Actually.
That was a wild time. That was very it was very new. It was very raw. It was very raw at that point, and it was like, come on, it was one of those nights, crank the tunes, get the drinks, let's light the fire.
Oh, it was fun though.
We're going to sprinkle this protein.
There were no tears that night.
No tears. Oh my God, no. It was like it was like therapy. Like we literally, burnt stuff, smashed stuff, sprinkled stuff. Like it was
burning stuff. I recommend actually. Remember when I first moved to London? There was like, I didn't even think it was a moan. Or it must have been a moan. And you and Biddy rang me, and you were like, we had to write something down, like what we wanted to let go of, and we burnt it. And I just not long started dating Matt, and he's like, what have you been up to? I was like, just being on the phone to Lucy and Biddy, and we just like burned things we wanted to let go of. So I just did out the balcony. He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, it was some sort of moon or whatever and things, and yeah. So for those who would like to participate, basically write down a list of things that you want to get rid of, and you fold the paper away from you. Don't fold it towards you, fold it away from you, and then burn.
Oh,
let it
is
burn.
therapeutic to burn something.
Alexa, play Usher, let it burn.
Okay, so to finish, I want to do a little quick fire round though. So it's quick. Gotta give me the answer straight away. And some of you might have seen this trend, but basically I'm going to give you a score of a guy and then the consequence, and then you have to give me his score back after the consequence.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
He's a 10, but he lives with his mother.
If his mother's making breakfast or tea in the morning, then I'd give her a strong, depending on her sausage, 7 or 8.
He's a 6, but he remembers everything about you.
A 10. I love attention to detail.
You do.
I do love attention to detail. Sophie says I'm cryptic. I literally, everything is little detail to me.
Nice. He's a 9, but he's always liking girls' pictures on Instagram.
No, 0. Fucking 0. To the trash. Don't get me started.
He's a 7, but his place is always a mess.
Oh, no, I can see past that because I'm
a cleaner.
I'm a cleaner at heart, basically. So I'll clean. Acts of service, I'll clean.
I put this one in as to personally victimise Lucy. He's an 8, but he's your age.
Oh, 0. 0.
For those who don't know, Lucy's age cap is 23. 23. Have you ever been with somebody older than 23?
Yeah. No, I think my
25 is
I
like
average 25.
I mean,
can't get rid of them. 25-year-olds can't get rid of them.
I can't even imagine having a conversation with somebody at 25.
This is probably why I cannot be asked to speak to anyone, and why I'm not even having talking stages anymore.
Yeah, when she says she's matched with someone, I'm like, how old is she? She's like 24, 25. Some of them have been young, and I'm like
21,
no.
22, yeah.
21, 22, guys. She is 31 years of age. She's
Girl, still got it.
That's the only good thing. Like, I wouldn't even pose somebody young, I don't think.
I think it's just more of an ego thing.
You're a little bit of a cougar.
Badass.
It's quite hard, actually.
I know.
Okay, he's a 3, but he's amazing in bed.
Oh, there's been mentors over the years.
Mentors, I haven't heard that word forever.
Oh, please don't put this in.
No, we have to. I'm going to have to put it in the show notes for anybody that listens to it outside of Wales what mentor means, because I didn't think that word's used. Anyway.
And after this, I need to tell you about a Spaniard.
What? Not after this. You have to tell us now.
No, a young Spaniard.
What? From one of your plane rides?
Yeah.
What, crew or?
Crew.
Ooh.
Nice.
How old is he?
I don't know. I don't know.
How old does he look? Be honest.
25.
No, that means he looks 22. Just FYI, guys.
25.
Okay, you have answered anyway. He's a 3, but he's amazing in bed.
5.
Oh, okay. Didn't put up that.
Depends if I'm drunk or not.
Fair. He's a 9, but he won't go down on you.
0.
Ooh, I love it. That's what we need.
The fuck up.
Oh, that's what we need. Who was it that? Oh, DJ Khaled. As if he can be picky, by the way. He's literally rich, but come on.
He's only getting it because he's rich.
Yeah, he literally said that he never goes down on his wife. Outrageous.
Thoughts to his wife.
He's a 4, but he's obsessed with you.
We like a little bit of obsessed.
Why are you so obsessed with me?
7.
Nice.
6 or 7, yeah. Depends how bad it is.
He's a 10, but he's not over his ex.
Oh, 0.
Yeah.
No time for that. Like, literally, go and do the work and go and fucking heal. Sorry.
Fair. He's a 10, but falls into a relationship with everyone that he dates.
So basically can't stay single.
Yeah.
0. Like, again, take some time for yourself. Work on yourself. Grow.
The baggage you're carrying if you're jumping like that, this can't be good
because
for
you just add in like trauma to trauma to trauma, and one day some poor girl is going to deal with all of that shit. Like, no thank you. Go and deal with your demons and grow and heal.
Nice. Listen to this podcast.
Listen to this podcast with some great advice.
He's a 9, but he only lasts 5 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. 9 lasts 5 minutes and can go again and again and again, or last 5 minutes and that's him done for the night. Because if that's him done for the night, then fucking 0.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll do both. 0 if he's done for the night, or if he can go 3 times.
7.
Do you know? I've never told anyone this.
Oh, here we go, okay.
I've had that before.
Have you? Okay.
And it was an issue. And I remember texting my friend and he'd be like, how's it going? Like, you know, with your new guy? And I'm like, everything is really good, but he doesn't last long enough in bed. And then my friend was like, yeah, but how long's not long? Like, come on. Like, obviously he's a guy, so I think he was trying to be like, and I was like, just not long enough. Like, not long enough. And I mean, I still stayed with him, but how anyone can cope with that long term, I have no idea. And he could go again, but sometimes I wouldn't even want him to. Like, what's the point? Because you still, I mean, I would still make, oh my god, this is so much information. I would still like get my fix beforehand, if you know what I mean. But still, come on, you need the two, you know?
Yeah. No, I see where you're coming from though. Like you said, if it was literally one and done, like for the night, then
we had
they
a
could be
conversation
issues.
with this actually. When I was on holiday, we were with Matt's friend for most of it, and I can't remember how this came up. And Matt's friend was like, the thing is, girls should find it as a compliment when guys finish quickly, but they don't. And I was like, no, they don't.
No, they don't.
And on a one-off time, like on the first time, you kind of could be like, oh my god, because you'd be like, oh, that's embarrassing, it's so hot, like, and they try and do it like that, you can get over it. But if it's a continuous thing, I don't think that's anything to do with the girl. I think that's just like some sort of
it's a
problem.
science thing.
Yeah, somewhere.
If he goes too quick, then he hasn't done it for a long time, so he hasn't slept with anyone else for a while. But then if he goes for a long time, then obviously, if he's obviously masturbating and obviously all going, like, doing it frequently and whatever, then he lasts for a long time. And what is right? What is right?
Let's be honest, nobody wants somebody that it takes like too long. Like, we've all been here when at some point you want it to end, which I don't think boys will understand. But obviously from a girl, yeah, you can orgasm multiple times, but it doesn't mean that you still want to, like, keep going.
There's a point where you go past the mode and you're just thinking, like, just give me a break. Okay, we can go again now in a little bit, but just give me a goddamn break a minute, because I cannot, like, this is out of my face, this is too much. Like, get out of my face.
You just get over it, and that's not good either, actually.
And that is a reality check for a lot of boys, like, seriously.
Yeah.
Good for you if you can go for a long time, but come on, let's have intervals.
What do you think the ideal time is for, you know?
Can we just do this?
What do you think the ideal time is for a session, a sex session?
Anytime?
No, I mean the ideal length. The length of time, not the time of day.
What do you mean the time of day?
No.
I don't know.
I think about half hour. 30 to 45 minutes. You can go an hour if that's including a lot of foreplay.
This is the thing. Oh my god, this is getting really, really thin. But foreplay is key.
Oh, absolutely key.
Like, yeah, absolutely. But you give it to a lot. Some people it's not. Like, come on. That's how I really, like, foreplay make me want it.
Yeah.
Make me want it.
I think it's vital for girls.
Yeah, 100%. This is way too much, but 100%.
It's way too much, and I don't always talk about this stuff.
I know, but you brought this out.
It's the champagne that I'm drinking. If I was to listen to a podcast about this, I'd be like, yeah, because...
You would agree.
I agree, and also it is much better now with women being able to talk about sex, but sometimes it is still quite taboo, I think.
100%.
Especially like different generations, and I know if I put this video out somewhere, some old guy would comment being like, who do you think's gonna want you talking about this? And
I'm sorry.
We can talk about it. This stuff, guys talk about sex all the time.
Yeah. But not even that, like, there is, like, guys doing podcasts and things.
Oh, the shit that guys, I mean, what's his name, Andrew Tate?
No.
Or, like, got banned, and there's so many people, like, around him that post the same thing about, like, a girl needs to be this and that. No, we need our voices back.
Yeah, definitely.
We will not
we will not be silenced.
There's guaranteed no way that there's a guy that talks about sex and then goes, oh my god, I shouldn't be talking about this. That literally doesn't happen to a guy.
This is basically how girls will speak, but we're just doing it publicly. A higher platform, you know?
I said before that, like, one of the first things you ask girls talk about after the first time they've slept, like, we want all the details as well.
Yeah, definitely.
We're like, how big was he? How long did he last? Like, what happened? Like, girls, you talk about that to your friends. So.
And any encounter that you have, best believe the girls are going to know about it.
Maybe you could come on after any, like, new conquest. new victim, you could come on and talk about
As Matt would say, new victim, because I'm always like watching
from the shadows, watching and creeping, waiting for him to turn 25, waiting 20, and you were kids.
Waiting for their 18th birthday. That was a joke.
That was a joke.
That was a joke.
Absolutely. Oh, well, do you know, I could talk to you for another 4 hours, which we're obviously going to when it stops recording, but I think we're going to have to wrap it up.
Godspeed.
Guys, as always, come and follow me on Instagram at SageMark. I'm going to do a poll on Instagram for people's top tips on a breakup, because I just want to know where everyone's is. Come and subscribe on YouTube, because the videos are going on there. Please follow me on Spotify and leave me a review. That just means, like, the most to me. It's the most important, and it just makes me so happy.
I hope this was helpful to some people.
I hope it was helpful. I think so.
It was fun. It was so much fun.
It was fun on our part, and Liz, thank you so much for coming on. She's just you were one of the funniest people in my life. Like, you just make me laugh so much. You just make my life.
Thank you. I love you.
Cheers to you.
To me.
Bye guys, and I'll speak to you next week.